Good Friday morning and welcome to today's edition of JoyNews Interactive with me, Mapita Sibidi. The show is live from digital address GA0992539 in Kakomem-Lakra. You can watch the show on DSTV channel 421 and GoTV channel 144. Join the conversation on Facebook and Twitter. We're JoyNews on TV. Now, President Akufo-Addo has been defending the move by the Chinese government to earmark $60 billion fund for infrastructure projects in Africa. According to President Akufo-Addo, the facility provided by China is not aid, but rather a loan which beneficiary countries are expected to pay back. You've been talking about this on our Facebook page. Let me get some of your comments. I'm going to start with Kweku Maxwell, who says, you think it's easy? You said Ghana beyond aid. You are here telling us borrowing is not aid. Talk is cheap, Mr. President, so stop dreaming. At Mame Abena says, as much as I don't do politics, this one has turned my head over. Come to think of it, NPP has executed their policies differently than we thought. Free education turned double track. No one told us that one. Now, Ghana beyond aid turns Ghana borrowing. But if aid is free and they will tell you what to use the money for whilst borrowing too, they will decide what you use the money for, but pay back anyways with interest. Ghana, which one is better? Please don't come for me. I'm just being patriotic. All right. Let's go to Benel, who says Ghana beyond aid indeed. You see what you people have gotten us into. Now, Ghana beyond aid means borrowing to increase hardship. Godwin Kwame Frims says, is this really Akufo-Addo speaking? I hope he has now accepted that he lied to Ghanaians when he was in opposition. Very sad how an old man like you be desperate for power. Akufo-Addo said, we're sitting on money, but we're hungry, and you're now telling us everyone borrows. Okay, politicians must at least be honest to Ghanaians. This is very sad. At Nisenya Joseph says, MPP is defending loans today just as NDC did yesterday. Loan is not a bad thing when put to good use. The cat outside the kitchen knows what his brother inside the kitchen is capable of doing. Accountability should be a concern and not the amount one is borrowing. Thomas Pompoyaya says, Ghana, and for that matter any African country, must engage in trade within the continent. Our major problem is human resource, which I think we're failing to transform our citizens. Thus, the issue of underutilization of our resources. Education is the key, but the right key for Ghana is a well-equipped vocational and technical curricula. Let's pay attention to that. Godfred C.K. Amponsa says, Google, Google for the meaning of aid. So Google the meaning of aid and see. Our president doesn't know what he's talking about. Or is he reading from his own hardship dictionary? Borrowing or lending money are all aids. Al-Haji Jibril says, please, I want to ask a question. Since the government came to power, how much did he borrow now? And there is no any project to show for the borrowing money. Where's our natural resources? When NPP said we have everything, if they come to power, they'll make good use of it. Courage Kweku says, this issue, dear, let's stop it. We are borrowing and selling our country off. We have borrowed one, and now we want to borrow all our debts and wants what? Yao Edu says, in fact, this man understands the English language. I love you, Mr. President, because you don't speak anyhow like some Mandy. Now, October is marked as Mental Health Awareness Month, and the dedicated day is the 10th of October. But this year's theme is young people and mental health in a changing world. We know that changing world really affects young people, and it really affects them badly. But speaking on mental health, the second lady, Samira Baumea, says Ghana needs to make mental health a priority.
For us to do and a long way to go. But distinguished ladies and gentlemen, mental ill health can affect anyone, as we've heard today. People pretend they are okay. Family and friends turn a blind eye, attributed to all sorts of superstitious explanations, or are in denial, probably out of fear of stigmatization until it's too late. A few years ago, a story was reported in the news of a man who had been showing withdrawal symptoms at home, especially towards his wife for some time. All efforts to understand his new behavior had proven futile. One night, the children heard some unusual noise coming from their parents' bedroom. They rushed there only to see their father holding a gun. He shot the wife immediately and then shot himself in the presence of the children. The man died on the spot and the wife a few days later. It was concluded later on that the man was suffering from a mental health disorder. While this is deeply troubling, my heart immediately turned to the children. What was going to happen to them? How are they going to move on from there? Thankfully, the first child just had completed university and started a job, and the second was still in university. But imagine if they were much younger. What would have happened to their education, upkeep, and their future? What would have happened to them? But let's even imagine the trauma they would have to endure for the rest of their lives, having witnessed the gruesome murder of their parents. And this could have been avoided if intervention had come. Mental health disorders are therefore not only a challenge for those who suffer it, but it affects loved ones and dependents and the society at large. We've heard today about what it does to productivity for us as a nation. We cannot be unconcerned, and we need to act now. The health of our minds is as essential as the health of our bodies. It is so important that we look after our mental well-being the same way that we look after our physical health. As a nation, it's imperative that we make mental health care a priority.
Second lady there, Samira Baumea, on mental health and making it a priority in Ghana. Now, Shatta Wale was in our studios, Joy 99.7, with the Super Morning Show host Daniel Dadzi. And listen, his fans came out to support him. On Twitter and Facebook, people have just been saying, all hail Shatta Wale. So I want you to check out how his fans embraced him when he left our studios.
For life! For life is for life! For life is for life! For life is for life! For life! For life!
Shatter movement can support. See, just one wish. When I grow up, I also want, to have some fans that can receive me like that. But let's go to our social media page on Facebook. We posted a few things and people have been responding. Let's start with this one. And he's saying, in respect of the men's gold issue, government feels it is doing things right and has to protect investors' funds, but they should listen to all the stakeholders involved in the matter just to bring finality to the issue. So that's from Shatawale. Let's see what people have been saying on this one. Okay. Hassan says the first time in his life he's making sense. Veron Mani says, hey, Wale again. King Solo says, nice talk. And Mamiesi says, I agree. All right. Let's continue on our Facebook page, JoyNews on TV. This one says, Shatter movement has a nice relationship with @Pope Skinny GH. He violated the Shatter movement laws and we have dragged him to court, so the court is still hearing the matter. Shatter Wale. And that was after Pope Skinny was in some way supporting Sarkodie's diss track called Advice. So now, you know what? If you're in Shatter's camp, you must be careful. You can't just support your rival. But let's go back to our Facebook page and see what you have been saying. This one is from @Abdul Razak, who says, you're just a brute, Shatawale. Be matured now. Okay. Nakata Ina says, Asemo. All right. I can't stop laughing reading comments from the king of the street. And Eric Odamte says, street. This one says, I just want to tell the president that the streets is not listening to him anymore because they are angry and disappointed. And this is from @Nting Kwame, who says, and we're also not listening to your music anymore. All right, because we're angry and disappointed. Isaac also says, just because the streets don't value patience, we're creating artificial wealth. Nana is building solid Ghana for now, generation, and the future unborn. Patient is the key word. Rodney Chain says, Nobi, this guy insults Sarkodie for criticizing the government and ask him what he knows about politics. And Nana Pisaro says, thank you, Wale. God bless you. Speaking about God blessing you, and this is just a comment, someone called into the show, the Super Morning Show, and was like, oh, can I please speak to Shatawale? So Daniel Dadzi handed over the mic, and then this guy was just like, oh, please, I just want an opportunity for Shatawale to come bless me. So it's just serious how people are taking this guy. I mean, some people see him as like some sort of a god, like, can Shatawale just bless me? But it's okay, different strokes for different folks. Let's go back to our Facebook page. Sandra says, you people should tag the president itself. Ken Abu says, the disappointing president award goes to, okay. Emmanuel Awards, Edward says, even your music we're tolerating and listening to it despite. And Patrick says, thank God you said the streets. Noble Knight says, and who made you the streets listener? All right, that will be all for Shatawale. Remember, you'll get more on our Facebook page and My Joy Online TV. On that note, I'm going to take a quick breather. When we come back, we're talking the most watched videos of the week. You're welcome back from the breather. You're still watching JoyNews Interactive with me, Mapita Sibidi. Before we took the break, we're talking about the president who has been defending the move by the Chinese government to earmark $60 billion fund for infrastructure projects for Africa. We took some of your Facebook comments on that. And we also heard from the second lady, Samaria Baumea, who says Ghana needs to make mental health a priority. And just before our break, we're talking Shatawale being on our Joy FM studios, 99.7, and how the fans received him. There are a lot of comments on our Facebook page. You can go there. Twitter also, JoyNews on TV. Now, it's Friday, and we bring you the most watched videos of the week. Now, without a doubt, this had to be the most watched video of this week, and this is about the demonstration at the KNUST students who vandalized the school properties. So our top 3 most watched videos actually were KNUST views with 78,000 shares, 193 shares, I beg your pardon, and 1.2 reactions. So this is just a chronology of how it all started from Kwesi Deborah.
Broken vases, shattered glass doors and windows. Not even past vice-chancellors were spared. KNUST administration tied to stakes and mold. Kwesi Boateng is registrar.
In the process, they vandalized the reception of the main administration block, offices of the Dean of Students, Finance Office, University Relations Office, and the Security Services. They also vandalized about 30 vehicles belonging to staff of the university.
The students complain about alleged brutalities meted out to them by university security, acting on orders of authorities.
Look at the situation very carefully. Some students have been brutalized. All these things done by security men who could be fathers of us. You understand? If you're a father and then you're acting as a security man, doing all these things, what do you think a child like you will one day do in the future? You're trying to kill us on campus. We are here for education. We cannot educate ourselves with the fear of our lives being threatened.
In 2014, the then Vice-Chancellor, Professor William Otu Ellis, initiated moves to convert the 2 male halls, University, also known as Katanga, and Continental, otherwise referred to as unit halls, into mixed facilities. It was intended to deal with persistent acts of violence perpetrated by resident students of the 2 halls, both on and off campus. Professor Otu Ellis's tenure elapsed, and the mantle fell on current Vice-Chancellor Professor Kwesi Obridanso. 2 years after his investiture, he carried out the plan. Katanga and Unity Halls received female residents. Likewise, all female Africa Hall also had males move into habitation.
Katanga and Unity, they are angry. Why they are? If you certainly marry a woman, and we say, let the woman have the opportunities that way they can support you in your home. And you don't want them.
So that's our first most watched video of the week. Our second one is about celebrity relationships. And this one is from Juliet Ibrahim, who says, I broke up with Iceberg on a mutual term. Check it out.
It's not because of anything. Yeah, it's not because of anything. If anybody follows me, they know that I always post silly things on my page.
But is that relationship still intact?
No, but I made it clear I was single.
So you're done with that relationship?
I'm single,
You said on live TV that, it's not going to be, you're not going to break up, and then if you do, Ghanaians should go for him. Should we go for him at this point? For him?
The thing is, we don't need to go for anybody. I carried myself. Do you get it? And when you're in love, you do crazy things, and things happen, and you move on at the end of the day. Yeah.
Do you regret that relationship?
You're not supposed to regret anything in life. You're supposed to learn, take it as a lesson, and move on. Yeah.
How are you handling the mockery?
People want to know what happened, but the thing is, I don't think it's time for them to know what happened.
Yeah, it's cheating.
No, I don't know. I don't know, because they say all sorts of things. I hear all sorts of things. But people close to me know what happened, and
but it's not cheating.
I wouldn't say, because no matter what, I respect the people that I've been with. I will not go out, saying bad stuff or anything like that. But we broke up on a mutual term and understanding. So that's what is important. So I respect him, he respects me, and we leave it like that. But I wouldn't say anything, and people should stop speculating. If I wanted them to know, I would have said what it is. But I think it's only good if we can both walk away from the relationship with our pride and whatever dignity we have left.
Juliet Ibrahim there. Now, our last most watched video is of a NAPCO beneficiary dancing his heart away.
Oh!
NAPCO beneficiary dancing his heart away, and honestly I just think it's very heartwarming. But I've got people who disagree with me on Facebook. We're going to start with Kofi McDonald, who says, please save this video for 6 months and play it back to him for a response. And that comment on its own got 103 reactions and 22 replies. At Sam Okran says, lol, at long last he can tell his co-tenant that he's going to work. Masa, dance to shame the devil. At Vince Okai says, they can laugh at you for doing NAPCO, but they can never laugh at your expense, the unemployed. Humble beginnings. Half is better than none, my brother. Let me take the last comment. This one is from at Kofi Mafo, says, the doom seekers, I prophesy that all your negative thoughts won't stand in Jesus' name. NAPCO is going to pay and you will be put to shame. God punish all the doom seekers and the evil thinkers. You wanted to fail. God doesn't listen to prayers of the wicked. So all of your negative prayers are not going to work. 700 Ghana CDs is not good enough, but better than being unemployed. Only God's words will stand. It's been a fantastic Friday edition of JoyNews Interactive with me, Mapisa Sibidi. Remember, the conversation continues on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. We're JoyNews on TV. That'll be all from me. I'm going to leave you with the video of the day. And remember, stay safe, keep shining, and stay blessed.
They see the public. This guy, she came our area this morning. She's still frog. She's still frog. Show them the frog. Show them the frog. Show them. She came our area this morning. She's still frog. They are the ones who are stealing frog. How will you steal frog? How much is frog? How much is frog? They see the public. This guy, she came our area this morning. She's still frog. She's still frog. Show them the frog. Show them the frog. Show them. She came our area this morning. She's still frog. They are the ones who are stealing frog. How will you steal frog? How much is frog? How much is frog?